Good day and welcome to the news. CPC wing of APC makes its choice candidate for Tinubu's possible vice president public. Now, the news in details. With the deadline for the nomination of vice presidential candidates by political parties coming close, the Congress for Progressive Change (CPC) bloc of the All Progressive Congress is pushing to have an upper hand in the emergence of Bola Tinubu's running mate. Daily Trust reports that while some political parties, especially the APC and the People's Democratic Party (PDP), have narrowed down their choices to key politicians, the CPC bloc of the ruling party is not taking any chances. Sources within the APC said that while Tinubu is considering Kashim Shettima as his running mate, Atiku Abubakar appears to be sliding towards the governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa. One of the sources within the party confirmed that the CPC bloc of the APC is putting plans in place to meet with President Muhammadu Buhari on the issue. The source added that the team is open to recommend to the president that Tinubu chooses Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, or the Aviation Minister, Adi Sarika, for the position. He said, the CPC elements are planning to approach President Buhari to seek for his intercession to endorse either Abubakar Malami or Adi Sarika as the running mate. But there is the high probability that the president will repeat what he did ahead of the APC special convention. He will listen to all, but he will most likely allow the candidate to have a say in who he wants to work with. He also assured that the CPC team promised to work with the right candidate who they said would gather the vote that will see the party through winning the election. Meanwhile, Legit NG previously reported that Tinubu had been called upon to intervene in the crisis rocking the Adamawa State chapter of the All Progressive Congress over the emergence of Ashatu Dairu Binani as the governorship candidate of the party. The call was made to the APC's presidential candidate by a chieftain of the party, Honorable Dan Kankada. According to Kankada, the growing crisis in Adamawa would do the party more harm than good in the forthcoming 2023 election. So we have the Congress for the Progressive Change, the CPC, which is a denomination of the All Progressive Congress, APC, coming out publicly to state that they would love to have a chance to select who the vice president and running mate for Tinubu would be. And they have actually considered two people, and they are and that would be the Aviation Minister, Adi Sariki, and the current Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami. And this coming at a time where we've had this, a lot of people have been asking who would be Tinubu's running mate. And I think that has been what has been on everyone's mind ever since Tinubu emerged the winner for the APC presidential primaries. And this coming during a time where everybody is saying with Tinubu being a Southerner and Muslim, that he will have to pick a Northerner and a Christian. And we've seen that the two people that the CPC have handed over as their possible candidates are both Northerners, but these people are also Muslims. And Tinubu had already put the matter to rest, saying he knows who his VP would be. And his campaign team came out to debunk a rumor that he's going to be running on a Muslim ticket. So right now, we aren't sure of who Tinubu's possible vice presidential candidate would be. But the CPC is saying that they want to take a chance and they want to present these two people, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, or the Aviation Minister, Adi Sarika, for the position. And they said they want to meet with the current President Muhammadu Buhari. But they also mentioned that there is a high probability that the president will repeat what he did ahead of the APC special convention. And we all know that Buhari never came out to endorse any presidential candidate. It just allowed them to do their thing, and whoever emerged the winner from the primaries, it congratulated the person. So they think that Buhari is going to do the same thing. He will listen to all, but he will most likely allow the candidate to have a say on who he wants to work with. I think it's very important that the presidential candidate and the vice president candidate should be able to work together, and I feel that that is something that the candidate for the president should be a huge part of the decision on who will be his running mate. Should be something that Tinubu should be a big part of, because we need the president as well as the vice president candidate to be able to work hand in hand and go together. So we are that's what is currently the CPC is saying, but they say regardless of all that, the CPC team promised to work with the right candidate who they said would gather the votes that would see the party through winning the presidential election come 2023. And in other news, we also have Tinubu being called upon to intervene in the Adamawa State chapter of the APC over the emergence of Ashatu Dairu Binani as a governorship candidate of the party. The call was made to the APC presidential candidate by a chieftain of the party, Honorable Dan Kankada. According to Kankada, the growing crisis in Adamawa would do the party more harm than good in the forthcoming 2023 general elections. And I can see where APC and Honorable Dan Kankada is coming from here. As we all know, or for those of us who don't know, the opposition party presidential candidate, that's PDP, Atiku Abubakar, is actually from Adamawa State. So with APC having a crisis in Adamawa State, that leaves it open for PDP and Atiku Abubakar, who is actually an indigene of the state, to actually take charge and sway the votes of people to PDP. So it's calling upon APC members and presidential candidates to come together to solve the issue so that they can actually be victorious in the 2023 general election. So with that from us today, I would love to hear your opinions about these two candidates, Abubakar Malami as well as Adi Sirika. What do we think about the possibility of these two candidates being the vice presidential candidate for the All Progressive Congress APC and running mate for Bola Ahmed Tinubu? I would love to hear what we all think. What do we think about these two people, and what are our views and opinion about them APC possibly running on a Muslim ticket? That will be it from us today, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our news channel. So anytime an update is made, anytime a post is made, you get an update. Thank you very much, and God bless.